A pleasant day to all. I am actually Elisha B. Daga-ang, BSMA 2 from Econ 122 73106 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. TTHS. This is my assignment number 7, focusing on employment. So to start, define and explain your understanding of the following terms. First to define is labor. Labor, in my understanding, can be defined in two perspectives. First, in terms of effort towards production, labor is the physical, mental, and social exertion that people contribute to produce goods and services. Second is in terms of economic factor. Labor is a factor of production alongside land, capital, and entrepreneurship. Second to define is labor force. It refers to the total number of people within a specific population who are either employed or unemployed but actively seeking work. It's basically the pool of people who are available to participate in the economy by working. Third to define is employed, and when can you categorize someone as part of the employed? So employed describes someone who has a job or is actively engaged in work for a pay or for profit. They are categorized as full-time, part-time, temporary, and self-employed. Fourth to define is unemployed, and when can you categorize someone as part of the unemployed? So unemployed refers to someone who does not currently have a job but is actively looking for work. They are available and willing to take on a job if offered one. They are categorized as job seeker, recently laid off, freelancer, or contractors between jobs. Fifth to define is underemployed, and explain each type. Underemployment describes a situation where individuals are not working to their full potential in the labor force. It can be divided into two types. So first is visible underemployment. This refers to people who are working fewer hours than they like or are qualified for. Examples are part-time, working seeking full-time, multiple part-time jobs, and underemployed hours in their field. Second is invisible underemployment. This occurs when people are employed in jobs that don't utilize their full skill set or educational background. Examples are overqualified workers or skills mismatch. And sixth to define is working age population. The working age population is the total number of people in a specific area who are considered able and likely to work. It's defined by a predetermined age range, typically spanning from late teens or early adulthood retirement. So after knowing about the definition of the terms, let's proceed to the second question, which is give the formula on how to compute the following. So this formula can be seen in the screen. So first is the formula of employment rate. The formula of employment rate is equals to employed people divided by labor force times 100. Second is the formula of labor force. It is equals to employed people plus unemployed people. Third is the formula of labor force participation. It is equals to labor force divided by adult population times 100. Fourth is the formula of working age population. It is equals to the labor force divided by the labor force participation rate times 100. And sixth is the formula of unemployment rate. It is equals to the number of unemployed divided by the labor force times 100. Knowing about the formula, let's proceed to the third question. Enumerate and explain the types of employment. There are various ways to categorize employment based on factors like work schedule, permanence, and the employer or employee relationship. So in terms of by work schedule, first is the full-time employment. It involves working a set numbers of hours per week, often at least 35 hours. Employees usually receive a regular salary or benefits package. Second is the part-time employment, are people who work less than a full-time schedule but still receive regular compensation fall under this category. And next is the temporary employment. This refers to the position that are for a limited period or to complete a specific project. Temporary workers may be offered extension, but the employment isn't intended to be permanent. So, under permanence is the regular employment. So, regular employment refers to jobs with a long-term expectation of continued work. Employees with regular employment often have a greater job security and benefits compared to temporary or contract workers. So next, under the by permanence is contract employment. It means that workers are hired for a specific project or time frame outlined in a contract. So lastly, in by employer and employee relationship, so employee, this is the traditional employment arrangement where a person works for a company under the direction and supervision. They receive a salary or wages and benefits depending on the company in exchange for their work. And second is the self-employed. These individuals work for themselves, such as freelancer, consultants, or independent contractors. They find their own work, manage their schedules, and are responsible for their taxes and benefits. And additional categories is first, apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is a structured learning experience that combines on-the-job training with classroom instruction. Apprentices earn wages while acquiring skills in a specific trade. Next is the volunteer. These are people who contribute their time and skills to a cause or organization without expecting financial compensation. And third is the commission based on employment. These are earnings are based on a percentage of sales made or tasks completed. So now let's go to the fourth question is, why do government try so hard to reduce unemployment? What are the effects of unemployment to its people? So, government prioritizes reducing unemployment because, first, in terms of economic growth, high unemployment rates can hinder economic growth. So, unemployment people aren't spending money, which reduces demand for goods and services. Second is the social stability. Unemployment can lead to social unrest and crime. People who are struggling financially and without work opportunities may be more likely to engage in illegal activities. And third is the tax revenue. Unemployed people don't pay income taxes, and they may also rely on government benefits, which puts a strain on public finances. Now, the effect of unemployment on individual is first, loss of income can lead to difficulty paying bills, affording houses, food, and healthcare. If someone is unemployed for a long time, their skills can become outdated. Unemployment can lead to a decline in living standard, forcing people to cut back on expenses and potentially move to lower quality housing. And unemployed people are also more likely to experience physical health problems due to poor diet, lack of healthcare access, and increased stress. And lastly, for the fifth question, explain the classical theory of employment by Adam Smith and the Keynesian theory of employment. In the classical theory, championed by Adam Smith, believe in a naturally full employment economy. It assumes flexible wages and prices would adjust to match supply and demand for labor. Say's law further argue production automatically creates sufficient demand to buy everything produced, preventing widespread unemployment. In contrast, Keynesian theory arising from the Great Depression challenged this. Keynes saw wages and prices as potentially sticky, meaning they wouldn't adjust quickly enough. This, along with insufficient aggregate demand, could lead to persistent unemployment. Keynesians advocate for government intervention through fiscal and monetary policy to stimulate demand and create jobs. That's all. Thank you. I hope you learned something to my assignment.